Yo, this is like day 6 of like gray weather, so you gotta pardon my calmed out demeanor. Feel like I've said all of like 300 words today. So yeah, man. I mean, don't take my tone the wrong way because for what I got to see on NXT last night, I was pretty uh satisfied with the builds and the character development for everybody. Took a couple of weird twists, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It was just like, yo, what the hell? So you can definitely peep some new forms of creativity. And all in all, right now, the one thing that's starting to really stand out to me is the women's tag division. So shouts to all the ladies right now that's getting it popping over there. I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. For real, like just with the eventual transition processes for everyone. You know what I mean? Like it's looking real good. So that's what I got for 2.0. Oh, excuse me, NXT. So last night was the fourth, got the results. Pretty deadly at the State of the Commonwealth. I mean, look, they could handle a promo as far as like what's expected. You know what I mean? Now, in ring they solid too, so I mean it's just a solid build. They was one of the easier transitions from the UK, so I'm not even mad at how they growing. Next up, Mello came out. A lot of like flowing ins, music cutoffs into the next segment, like blending. So I'm not mad about that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like, you look at what's happening. It's like, yo, did you interrupt this person or are you coming out for your own scheduled match? That's what I was getting out of Mello's entrance with Trick. Great entrance. Trick looked great. Mello looked great. And then taking on Mensa. I was looking at the match, and I would say maybe about 35% of the way through the match, I said to myself, I think Mello needs this a little more. Not to come down on Mensa, but I mean, he's 35% through his cup of coffee here. You know what I'm saying? So, take on Mello in a smooth little match, made both each other look good. You know what I mean? Let's move it forward. Like, it was a good showcasing for Oro, but at the end of the day, we all knew the A-Champ was going to have to get that. Then he jumped on commentary after the fact. And that was another one where I'm like, what's going on here? But I do see how they got this ladder match coming up. Shit's about to be crazy. Von Wagner won, took out Andre Chase. Definitely a next element to the match. Man, I definitely enjoyed just that segment in general. Von Wagner's coming up, man. Chase University, they already, like, I don't want to say they bulletproof, but come on, man. There's strength in numbers when it comes to that. So they fine. What else we got? Wesley blindsided my man Mello from commentary. You know, I don't want to say the standard stuff, but it was definitely what I enjoyed it. Wes was like he's coming back. So just with that, part of the segment alone, I was already excited for the match before. But now it's like, oh nah, totally. I need to I not need to see, but I'm definitely looking forward to quite possibly that match the most. When they go at it. So that's how that's gonna go. Wendy Chu beat Lash Legend. All right, that's what's up. Sleepy got to win. Um, I guess Lash Legend is just gonna need to continue to build herself up. Y'all can tell I'm back home, man. But yeah, we're gonna need. I mean, I can't really speak to how long it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Before anybody gets to the level that they need to be at. But if she's making it to at least TV, we'll just see how things continue to develop with her. Moving forward, alright, Zoe Stark, Nikita Lyons, back good, Toxic Attraction. Man, I'm thinking that this little tag team women's championship turn on each other thing from back in the day was a storyline that they was just needing to happen for some stupid reason. happen with the right ones, and we'll get there with it. But for right now, with Nikita and Zoe, it's good to have them back. The toxins, this is what I mean with like a transitional process. You don't want to see these girls lose, but at the same time, technically, they about to be up to the main roster, so they need to be getting in as much practice as they can, so then they could, acclimate themselves in ring with the main roster women, and they can, stand out instead of just ending up sitting on a line. You know what I mean? And right now, the tag division, man, on the main roster, it is so necessary for these teams that's being built and cultivated right now to make that transition. And this is just another week as we lead up to that process. So we get there, and then if they go up by themselves, and then Mandy just pop up at random, it's gonna be something else. So that's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a thing either way. However we look at it, got a million things happen. I almost thought I needed to press pause on this, but luckily we do not. The NXT parking lot, they called it one of the most dangerous places on earth. Now they trying to get it over as that. I mean, LOL somewhat. You know what I mean? Like it had its elements of the comedy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I wasn't. I'm not super sold on it, even though I didn't watch 1.0 to know all of these things. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Mandy got dragged off by Alba, but Alba just got in the back seat. So who was driving? See, that's a little element that could have went completely just dropped. But I think now Alba Fire can have somebody running with her. You know what I mean? Because that leaves that element in storyline. Don't leave that plot hole empty. Who was the driver? You know what I'm saying? And now we could get to, more fun storyline when it comes to just the character development for all of these ladies. That's my opinion. I could be, completely ignored on that and just that one go into nothingness. Because, I'm not opposed to it if they can't find anybody. Like if Alba Fire is more of a solo act. Like I'm not trying to, like straddle nobody with nobody right now. You know what I mean? But that would be dope. Like just me and my world with it. Let it have been Paxley. You know what I mean? In the driver's seat, like fuck that. But then why would Paxley be in the driver's seat with Toxic Attraction being a chauffeur? You see what I'm saying? So whatever. Alright, Grayson Waller effect. Solid segment, man. Cora and Roxy, which I think that should just be her name when she gets to the main roster. Like just call her Roxy and get over it. You know what I mean? But I think that they trying to salvage what they can of it. Cora's a heel. You know what I mean? Like, she still got work to do, clearly on promo, but she's a heel. She has the heel look. She reminds me of Liv. And as far as Liv goes, just a random main roster tossing. Yo, we need Jeff Hardy, Liv Morgan. And I know how that sounds, but that's what we gonna need to see. That's what we gonna need to see. Selling that promo the way they did, to get Extreme Rules over, streaming Saturday on Peacock. I'm looking at one major spot and a lot of cool moments and stances that Liv had. We need more crazy shit if we're gonna continue building the Liv Morgan parade and train and blah blah blah. So whatever, there that goes. Cora and Roxy. I mean, these girls just need more moments to be able to be themselves. I can give it to you just like that, and that's how I see it. So what we got after that? All right, I didn't get this match. Creed and Hudson. What happened to Duke Hudson, right? I think he's good. We'll wait for him to make it to, my TV. But it's a lot of transitions happening. So good to have him back around for a little second. Zion and Hank Walker. Okay, well, whatever. I guess this is more, demographically charged up television. And I'm not really, in that space to be looking at those kinds of whack storylines. Like, I'm not gonna say it's whack, it's just not for me. So, moving forward, what else we got? Pretty Deadly, Brawling Brutes. Pretty Deadly's fine. Brawling Brutes were clearly the main event. They were what everybody was looking at. Everybody loved to see, Pete Dunne back on deck. Fuck all this Butch shit. We gonna call him Butch because they gonna call him that. But we all know it's Pete Dunne. Bruce Wade is right there. You know what I mean? That's good. I mean, hiding his hair under the hat, that's flames. I'm loving that. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it every single time. And then what else we getting? I've been pulling for Rich Holland since day one. You know what I mean? So to see where it's at. The only thing I can say is I'm not a huge fan of the theme music. So with that, yo, I'm off this. Let me holler at y'all a bit.